Hi folks, how are you doing? This is Iqbal. In this video, we will make price range assessment for Nvidia using forward EPS and PE ratio. This analysis will be valid until the next earnings, and this will give us a big picture and help us assessing our buy sell positions against min max values for Nvidia. Now, let's get started. I put together the summary of the financial data for last 6 quarters in this table. And this includes revenue, net income, profit margin percentage, gross margin percentage, earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation margin percentage, EPS, forward cash flow per share, and debt to equity ratio. And I also have year over year comparison and quarter over quarter comparison for all of these items. So starting with the revenue, the latest quarter we have 26.04 billion and that is 262% increase year over year. That is the latest quarter versus the last year same quarter. That is this month, D4. And quarter over quarter 17.8% increase. So revenue is going up, and that's a good sign. The net income, we see the same behavior. The numbers are going up, 629% increase year over year, and 21% increase quarter over quarter. And all the profit margin, gross margin, and EBITDA margin percentage, the numbers are going in the upward direction, and that is a good sign. EPS actuals is also going up year over year and quarter over quarter. We'll talk about EPS more in the next tab. Free cash flow per share each quarter, you see numbers are going up, and this quarter 462% increase year over year and 33% increase quarter over quarter, and that's a very good number. Debt to equity ratio is also going in the right direction. The numbers are declining each quarter, so this means that Nvidia is doing a very good job in managing their debt. Year over year is 55% decrease and quarter over quarter is 12% decline. Now let's talk about EPS in more detail. So I have this table. I put together the summary of last 7 quarters for the EPS data, that is EPS projected versus EPS actual, and also the surprise percentages. You see that in all of the 7 quarters, with the exception of just one quarter, and that is C10, NVIDIA was able to beat the earnings. And this quarter, it did 9.68%. So you see that the surprise percentages are going down, and that may not be a good sign for NVIDIA. But overall, it's doing good. And next 4 quarters, you see the earnings are going up. The next quarter versus 4 quarters from now, that is 25.59% earning growth. And that is F14 minus C14 divided by C14. That is this guy versus this guy. Now let's talk about forward P ratio and try to calculate the min-max price range for NVIDIA. That should be good before next earnings. You see this table on your screen. I put together the adjusted closing price for Nvidia for last 3 weeks, and I also have the EPS forward, EPS trailing 12 months, and the P ratio with respect to EPS trailing 12 months, and the P ratio with respect to forward EPS. We also call it forward P ratio. EPS forward is basically this quarter actual earnings plus next 3 quarters earning projections. And EPS trailing 12 months is last 4 quarters earning actual, including the latest quarter. At this point, you see the forward P ratio is 40.60, comparatively higher than the historical average. You see? And also, I have this table. This has the trailing P and the forward P for last 12 quarters. And the third table, I have the EPS actuals and the EPS projected for last 12 quarters. And also, I have the earnings surprise calculated for all of these 12 quarters. And also I have the earning projections in this table. And besides that, I calculated the min, average, and the maximum earning surprise for last 6 quarters. For the minimum, I put 0 because there was no earning miss in the last 6 quarters. And I also have this table, median, min, average, and the maximum for the forward PE for last 6 quarters. I excluded the outliers, for example, this one. Okay, so that gives me these values. Now I'm ready to calculate the min, max, and the average price for NVIDIA. That should be good until the next earnings. And I have already done the calculation, and that is this one. I'm using the same formula I already went over with you in my previous earning projections video for NVIDIA, and that was probably 2 weeks ago. So let me go over with you one more time, and that will be good also for those who just joined my channel. For the minimum, I'm using EPS forward, that is H4, that is this guy, times the second factor is the forward PE, that is the median value for the forward PE for last 6 quarters, that is this one, Q28, and the third factor is Q35, and that is the earning surprise for last 6 quarters, and that is this one, the minimum value. And in this case, it's 0. So that gives me the minimum value for NVIDIA before the next earnings, and that is 916. For the average, I'm using the same formula, that is H4 EPS forward times Q28, and Q28 is the median value for the forward PE for last 6 quarters, and the third one is the average value for the earnings surprise for last 6 quarters, and that is R35. So that gives the average NVIDIA stock price before next earning is 1064. And the third one is the maximum value. I'm using the same formula, that is EPS forward, that is H4, and the second one is T28, that's a maximum value for the forward P for last 6 quarters, and the third one is the earnings surprise for last 6 quarters, and that is this one, S35. So that gives the maximum value 1241. So before the next earning, my assessment is NVIDIA should be moving between 917 and 1241. Maybe it won't go to that level, 916, but just for the sake of calculation, I came up with these three values. At this point, NVIDIA is trading 1100, and that is comparatively higher than the average value. So anytime NVIDIA goes below the average stock price, that is 1064, I consider it a good buying. And that's all about NVIDIA expected price range before next earnings. I hope you like the video. If you agree or disagree with my analysis, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to respond to your comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.